CBS 46 News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
Aggression, phobias, hyperactivity, bad manners, and we're not talking about people this morning. We're talking about your pet and the not-so-traditional way of training. We're going to show you the pack approach, and you'll meet the mastermind behind this unconventional method of socializing and calming your pet. We're also talking about a real problem in Georgia, pet overpopulation, and not just in shelters. It's costing you big money, and what we can all do to stop the problem and save a little taxpayer money in the process. The next 30 minutes answer these questions and much more. Good Sunday morning to you. I'm Adam Murphy, reporter for CBS 46 News. Have you tried the usual routine of working one-on-one with an expert only to get home with your pet and find out you're right back at square one? Well, this morning we're going to show you something called pack training. This is really interesting stuff. It's part of a process created by our first guest this morning, Angie Woods with US Canine, also known as the Dog Whisperer. And thank you so much, Angie, for joining us and being on the program. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having us.
So we have some furry friends. Who do we have here?
We have little Toto and Tiki.
Oh, they're so cute. And what kind of dogs are they?
Well, Toto's a Silky Terrier. He came to live with me about 10 years ago and was a client's dog. And Tiki came, she's called a potcake. She was flown in from the Bahamas with me last January.
Fantastic. Now, you have a saying at US Canine that your training is 30% dog and 70% human. Is
Indeed.
That right?
Yes.
Explain to me what you mean by that.
Well, we really dictate how our dogs behave, and they mirror us in many ways. And so really my philosophy is natural dog behavior. What do dogs do amongst each other? And that's really what I mimic. But also, if you're not a nice, strong, stable person, if you're full of anxiety and fears yourself, you can't be a great leader for your dog.
I've always wanted to work with a dog whisperer,
Yeah.
so this is going to be really interesting this next half hour to learn about this. You talk about human psychology versus dog psychology,
Indeed.
right?
Yes.
And so how do we speak that same language?
Well, that's part of the big problem, is that we don't speak the same language. And so I really have to be a bit of a family therapist many times because, you know, we humans have our lens to the world, and we call that human psychology, right? And dogs have their lens to the world in their own language. And we tend to not be knowledgeable enough in that, and we miscommunicate.
So we speak a different language.
Yes.
How do we try to speak more their language so we can train them properly and
Yep.
break them in, you know, that sort of thing?
Well, the first thing is we have to get quiet. Have you ever heard a dog talk?
I have not.
That's right. So dogs don't speak a verbal language, right? Okay. They speak a very silent language. I always say, you know, you can disagree with a dog without being harsh or mean. Remember how your mom used to look at you?
Yeah.
You know, you can give that
Oh,
hairy
yeah.
eyeball,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
And then,
Sure,
you know,
sure.
when they're doing something that you like, you release that, and you kind of come back to being happy. But more importantly, they feel how you feel.
So you have to just be quiet, and eye contact, I understand, is
Eye
a big
contact,
thing, right?
yes. Eye contact, body language, energy. And so some people really get this energy thing, and other people can't wrap their brain around it. But my best analogy for it is, have you ever met someone that gave you the creeps?
Yeah.
Did they have to tell you I'm creepy?
No, you knew it, right?
Yeah, so the dog is feeling you all the time.
Well, let me ask you this, because we all do this. Watch
Sure.
me here.
Yes.
Hey, how are you? You
Yep.
see my voice? How I
Indeed.
went up? That
Yep.
little sweet baby talk?
Yep.
Hey, sweet babies, how are you? Does that work?
Well, it works in getting them excited, right?
Yeah, they're up and moving now.
That's right. So, you know, I tend to meet dogs very quietly. So I never touch a dog when I first meet them. I'm observing. Of course, I specialize in dogs who may bite you for touching them right away.
Right.
So to stop and observe is a dog's way.
So what about being a good pack leader? I mean, what do you need besides listening? You talked about that.
Yeah, listening and good observation skills. But the other thing is learning how to set proper boundaries. And there again, you don't have to be mean to do that. We're parents, and we set boundaries for our children, correct? And we don't abuse
Right.
them in doing that. But setting healthy boundaries, and probably above and beyond that, is proper exercise for a dog.
Now, I want you to show me, if you can, how these dogs, look at them, they're
I
just
know, they're
wiped
real,
out.
yes.
I mean, you know, I know this is hard work, show business, right?
Yep.
But here's the thing. I want you to show me how you do the eye contact, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, sure. So,
I wanna
like,
see an example.
little Toto's a very sensitive dog. You know, he's not super shy, but he's real sensitive. But let's say if Toto were doing something that I didn't like, if I were to come at him and see how I just leaned over and looked at him, you see how he went, whoo.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
kneel down a little bit, because I want to watch you interact with them with the
Right.
eyes.
Now, of course, kneeling down is going to welcome them to come
Oh.
into my space,
Okay,
right? But we can
okay.
also let them know I don't want you in my space right now.
I see.
Okay, because Tiki's going to try to invade a little bit. Come here,
Okay.
Toto. And so this is a little confusing for Toto because he's doing nothing wrong, of
Here,
course,
you want me to
right?
help you here, any?
Yeah, sure. So you
Okay.
can I'll let you kind of hold Toto there. So
Okay,
let's
got
just say I don't
Toto.
want Toto to touch me, right?
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
So we can just let him know, don't touch me right now. And you see that I'm talking to you, but I'm
Wow.
also talking to him.
Wow. And you didn't really even say anything. It was just the eye contact,
Yeah.
snapping the fingers,
And the way that I feel. Let's not do that.
and just really sensing your body language
Yes, and your energy.
emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what other things? Like, can you tell them or teach
Well,
them? Or,
really anything that you can think of. So I see the world as positive and negative. It's really how it operates, right?
Yeah.
And so when they're doing something that displeases me or that's inappropriate or might get them hurt, right, or trouble, then I just have to disagree with the behavior. But on the flip side of that, when they're doing something that I like, I can also agree with the behavior. So it's just very simple, basic, intuitive
Yeah.
things, you know. And so eye contact's big, but of course we can also touch. Do dogs touch each other?
Well, they kind of nudge against each other.
Or bite
maybe
each other, or
bite
snap at each other,
right.
and things like that. So I've never hit or strike a dog ever. I'm a two-finger toucher. So if you do something I don't like, it might be.
What happens if I try this?
Try it, yeah.
Okay, let me see. All right, Toto. Let's see. Well, see, I'm
Toto
already inviting Toto into my space. All right, here we go.
Okay, just takes a little practice. Yeah.
I don't have the whisperer touch.
Well, so you see how you're 70%.
That's right.
It takes some practice and repetition.
What did I do wrong? All right, I'm going to look in the eye. All right, here we go. Toto. Hey, that was better.
Okay, that was better.
That was better.
Yeah, that was better.
Yeah,
and
I'm
of
getting
course,
good now.
he's been doing this a long time. You're not going to really hurt his feelings. He'll release it right away.
Well, this is really great. We're going to have
Yeah.
more from you in the next half hour as well.
Perfect.
We're going to show our viewers some other tricks and things they can do to break in their pets at home.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're an expectant mom and you're going to bring home a baby, I'm curious to
yes.
know how you do that, because there's a lot of talk about the, breaking the pet in with the baby and safety.
How to introduce
You don't,
them properly.
Right. You don't want the dog to attack or feel jealous or
No,
anything
no,
like
no.
that. So good stuff, Angie. Thank you
Great,
so
thank
much.
you.
I
Thank you very
love this.
much.
We're going to have
Good
fun
deal.
next half hour. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with Angie or US Canine, here is what you do. Just look on your screen right there. Call 770-682-5434. And you can also see them on Facebook and Twitter at US Canine. Now, Georgia has one of the highest kill rates in the country. We're going to tell you a little bit about that. It's pricey, and we're paying for it. Next, we'll talk with experts on how to fix overpopulation and cut the cost. Stay with us. Public Affairs on Peach, right after the break.